Yeah, I was, about a year ago, I was on America's Got Talent. I've also been on this stage too, except that was even longer ago. Last time I was on this stage, I was 13, if you can believe that. I'm 17 right now. So lots changed. Lots changed since I was last here. I'm almost done with puberty. I'm not done. We're on the back half. Let's see what else. I discovered pot. That's been a journey. Although, with those two things being said, before I could finally declare myself cool, my parents decided that they were going to stick me with braces and glasses. I've only got half the ensemble tonight. Presumably the reason they did it was to make me repulsive to teenage girls, which works like a charm. Yeah. I'm getting to the age where I could get a fake ID, but there would be no use in it. As soon as a bouncer sees my face, my night's over. Me and pretty much everyone in my family are cursed with baby face up until our mid-20s, so I'm just gonna have to ride this wave. I've been doing stand-up for about 4 years, and I already know now what it is you guys are thinking when I get up on stage. The men are thinking, damn, was I ever that cute? And the ladies in the audience are thinking, damn, was I ever that thin? I'd like to address the adults in the room here, everyone over the age of 21, which I'm going to say, minus the exception of my brother, is everybody. So, I mean, what I want to say to you guys is, my generation is about to inherit the earth, essentially. And, yeah, it's coming. Millennials, here we go. And I want to ask you guys, or just tell you guys rather, like, you guys kind of left us with a lie, you know? You guys kind of messed up here. What we have to solve as our generation is like virulent racism, hunger and starvation, global climate change, Donald Trump. Like, you put a lot on our plate. I mean, imagine how many decades of work it's going to take to fix all that. Not that anyone from my generation is up to the task of working longer than an hour at a time. Needless to say, nothing's going to get done. On the subject of global climate change, it's been said recently by some scientists in the scientific community, if you will, that the effects of global climate change will be more rapid and felt more instantly, or will come upon us quicker, which essentially means, you know, you gotta say goodbye to some things like ice cream, iced tea, iceberg lettuce. That's one's important. Yeah, that's right, the icebergs are melting, and they will no longer be able to produce the lettuce upon which our fragile salad industry is based. It's all gonna be gone, people. We're losing it. And I'm still thankful, though, for the last bastion of ice that's going to be around long enough for my kids to see it. And that is going to be, the last thing to melt is going to be the hockey rinks. And then finally, DC is going to lose the only sports team that's ever been worth a damn to us. Still can't win a cup, though. Too soon? Yeah, I know. I was there, too. I've experienced the same disappointment you have. 17 years running, baby. Caps fans for life. Yeah. Science is making our lives easier every day, though. You know, they recently invented the self-walking dog. Yeah, the dog, they'll go out there, it'll take its walk around the block. You don't even have to give it a leash or follow it around. It's essentially a cat that has been programmed to make a big fuss when its owner comes home. You know, it used to be, in the old days, things were a lot more complicated, right? You know, you got a Ford, you had a Chevy, you had a hot dog, or you had a hamburger. You had a shake that was either chocolate or vanilla. You know, you could either be straight or invisible. Those were your options. You know, of course, now it's a lot more complicated. You can be straight or gay, sure, everybody knows that, but you can also be like pansexual, geliosexual, asexual, paleosexual. Actually, I think that last one's a diet. Anyway, I digress. The point is that, you know, I have some bisexual friends. I had one friend, actually, who told me he was trisexual, and of course, you know, I hadn't heard this one yet, so I had to ask him. I said, what does that mean, to be trisexual? And he turned to me and he said, oh, well, it just means that when it comes to sex, I'll try anything. On the subject of teenagers, I'm a teenager, right? And I just like to inform any parents in the room, if you have teenage children, they know about masturbation, it's too late. In fact, I'm doing it right now. Of course, I'm probably doing it wrong. But no one teaches you these things, you know, no one teaches you. So I got my parents in the audience. Hey, Mom, hey, Dad. Disappointing you guys since 1999. And they've got, you know, the preferred child with them. The one that went to college. And didn't decide to spend the last 4 years of his life doing the crapshoot that is this. But I digress. The point about me saying that I have my parents here is they're great, but there's a big age gap. They're 40 years older than me, so... You know, my parents are baby boomers, and it frustrates me when they talk about how the 60s and the 70s were the good old days. You know, the boomers are smug. Let's be honest here. The baby boomers are really smug, like, yeah, we get it. You stopped the war, you gave us feminism, civil rights, a few steps towards equality for gays and lesbians. You know, blah, blah, blah. Wanna know why you guys did that? Because you only had 3 television channels. Yeah! You know how many internet, you know how many Facebook, Twitter, any other social media. Of course you guys changed the world. You know have anything better to do? You play with dreidels or Lincoln Logs? No, but before I get out of here, one last thing. I just want to thank my parents, because they've been instrumental in my comedy career. A lot of parents might not be as supportive as they have been to me. My dad helps me write my jokes, and my mom helps me book gigs. Gets me shows. She's a, I mean, it's a weird relationship. But you know, they help me along because they give me 2 things that, you know, not a lot of comedians have, and everyone in show business needs. I have a Jewish writer, and my agent is a girl I used to sleep with.